Good afternoon, everybody. So I'm going to keep on the subject of relationships and network, but with a different approach now. My name is Cristina Fraboli. I'm from the Federal University of Rio Grande do Sul in Brazil. I'm a PhD student. My main subject of study is women in wine. What are the challenges that they face, and how can network support help to overcome some barriers that we face in this market? So why to study the wine industry when we talk about gender? Because it's traditionally a male-dominated industry, but we are seeing now that women are assuming different positions in these industries. And when we talk about obstacles or barriers that are related to gender or any kind of barriers that are not related to knowledge or the background that the person has, we are talking about fairness. How to be fair when I'm evaluating and giving space to someone to entrepreneur or to assume leading positions in a market. And it's usually not because there is a lack of knowledge, but it's much more because there is some limitations that come from these characterizations that we see in the market. And then we have the role of social relations. So how, by social relations, by widening these possibilities, we can have access to resources and develop different skills and construct new behaviors and identities and even values when we talk about this market. So important to say it's a very early stage of the research, so I'm not going to show a lot of results here. But my main idea is to explore what are the challenges that women face and how can network support work as a mechanism for promoting gender equality. As the theoretical background, I'm going to explore a little bit of social capital and then working with the network configuration, especially bonding, bridging, and linking ties. I'm not going to go too much into the theoretical approach. I'm going to talk a little bit about the methodology. As I said, it's early stage development, but the first step was just to run a systematic literature review to understand what is being explored in the literature when we talk about challenges. And so it's just a literature review with addition of metodi ordinatio in the middle of the process, because I got a lot of papers and I had to come to a way to decide which ones would be part of the research. And then the second step is the qualitative approach, so in-depth interviews with women that are in this business, that are in these leading positions or that are entrepreneuring in this area, and how they have worked with these challenges and how their trajectory was a successful one in a place that is still male-dominated. What have I done here? Sorry. The idea is to compare France and Brazil, and two very different realities. We have France, the second producer of wine in the world, and when we look at wine consumption, we are talking about 46.9 liters of wine per capita per year in France, and then we look to Brazil, an emerging country when we talk about wine. So Brazil is the 15th producer and the consumption per capita is 2.1 liters. So we are not very traditional in this market, even though it's growing through time, but we are not very traditional. And so how this question of being traditional or being emerging, how this can vary or not when we talk about these specific opportunities that are created or not for women in the market. When we look to the barriers, we go through the literature, what we can see is that the most studied one is the financial one, and it's sometimes related to having access to data, so you can prove some theories, and it's about how difficult it is to acquire financial resources, and also income inequalities when we're talking about leading positions. And this is followed by work-life balance. So for women, it's sometimes more difficult to have spatial mobility, the use of time, work-life balance, and then followed by social and cultural norms. How different aspects of a place or the environment that this entrepreneur is living can influence these opportunities. So for the second steps, what I got so far, that's why I said it's a very early stage. I got 2 interviews in France with 2 women leaders in this industry. The first one, she is director of sales of a relatively big chateau in France. She has been recognized as one of the best director of sales of the region, which is for her a very big accomplishment, according to her own words. And then the second one, she's the general director of the chateau. Both studied some engineering, because we saw from the barriers that we talk about a lot about lack of education sometimes when we talk about gender, and we see that this is not necessarily a reality. When we think about the challenges that these 2 women faced, what they have described as their biggest challenges, the first one said, well, the fact of being a mother has always been a challenge for me, because I always have to prove and understand if I'm really good at different aspects of my life, in the personal life as a mother, or in the professional life as a businesswoman. And even there are some characteristics that are the threats, our characteristics. And the first one, she mentions that sometimes her biggest challenge is not to be disappointed about herself when something doesn't go exactly the way that she would want it to be. And the second one, the general director of the chateau, she said that one of the biggest challenges that she had faced to enter this market was to be accepted by all these men. And it was very interesting, because at the end of the interview she said, oh, you know, even she's the general director of the chateau, and she said, oh, sometimes I still need a man by my side so I can prove that what I'm saying makes sense. So she had to hire a consultant to be next to her so her voice would be heard. And when we talk about network support, one of the ideas of my research is to understand women associations and how they can help this process. What is the network support of these 2 women? The first one, she enforced many times the importance of her husband's support, so that's family support is very important to her. They work together at the chateau, and also her in-laws, because they are also in the chateau, how important this network support it is for her. And it was very interesting also because she said, oh, it's so nice to have 2 good mentors, her in-laws, with her every day. And the second one, maybe a more pragmatic person, said, well, as an organization, I love Excel. It helps me. So she has some plan sheets, and she do everything. She organizes everything. She hired full-time help, and then she was able to move on. And then finally, about associations, The first one, she is part of Ladies in Wine Association. She said it brings her interesting contacts for the business, so it's an interesting motivation to be part of an association. And then the second one, well, I don't have time for that, so I'm not part of these kind of associations, but as being part of the Chateau, I end up participating in different events. And some women, or some of the lines that I thought it was important to highlight was, the first one said, wine is art. From the very same process, the same fruits and the same place, you put two different people and they will deliver two different wines. So in a woman's vision, wine is art. And then the other one said, what I find interesting about the wine industry is that every year you build something new. So in a different way of saying, they said the same things. You have the same environment, but it's always so challenging that they have always the opportunity to create something new. So, early stage of research, my next steps. I need new interviews with female entrepreneurs in France and start my interviews in Brazil when I go back from France. Comparing the results, maybe adding Spain in the search. Expected contributions to the field to understand even more, and maybe to understand nowadays how have these challenges changed and how we can work towards gender equality by opening some communication channels in the industry. And that's it. Thank you.
Great presentation. I'm just curious about the culture of Airbnb in France. Is it very hierarchical, masculine, dominant society? How that plays a role? Have you taken into consideration the impact of the culture in French society for female to survive?
That's one of the things that I want to measure, how this traditional or cultural environment impacts. One of the interviews, the second one, she said, oh, we have to understand that from history, it's male-dominated because there was a lot of difference of strength, using force, something like that, to the harvest and all the process. And then it's a process that you are going to work through time to change it. So I want to try to understand what is the difference when we get a traditional, like a long time that it has been conducted like that, and then we get Brazil that is kind of new and maybe, I don't know yet, maybe more open to different ideas because the tradition is different also there. So. I don't have it yet. I'm still working. For now, I just have these interviews. The original idea was to work with entrepreneurs, but then I saw that that was going to limit a lot of my research because there are not a lot of women entrepreneurs in this area. So now I'm moving to leading positions and then to understand the market, how many women I can get, I can reach, and then how many are really going to reply it. That is a different point. How many you reach and how many you will get an answer.